More than 200 additional Hezbollah terrorists have been eliminated, says Netanyahu. And the attack in Beirut now sends a direct message to the group funded and supported by the Iranian regime. This Friday, May 8, 2026, Israel is on alert after striking Ahmed Ali Balaut, commander of the Hadiwan force, Hezbollah's elite unit identified by Israel as a key part of the plan to invade northern Israel. The attack took place in the Daria region in southern Beirut, an area considered a Hezbollah stronghold. And it marked the first Israeli action in the suburbs of the Lebanese capital since the ceasefire announced on April 16. I'll tell you all about it in a moment, but right now you'll want to be subscribed to the channel to stay well informed. Real-time information with the best journalistic quality ever seen and a standard of credibility. Milson Alves. Netanyahu's message was simple and harsh. There are no more safe havens for those who organize attacks against Israel. According to Israel, Balaut was commanding actions against Israeli soldiers in southern Lebanon and against Israeli communities near the border. He was also said to have been involved in rebuilding the Hadiwan force, which is precisely the unit prepared for infiltrations, quick attacks, and operations against northern Israel. For Jerusalem, Beirut could not become a political shield for a commander who continued to activate armed cells from inside a secret headquarters. The main point is this: Israel is not attacking for symbolism, it's targeting the command structure. The Hadiwan force is not just another wing of Hezbollah, it is the unit prepared to enter Israeli territory, attack communities, and pave the way for kidnappings. And to repeat in the north, the trauma that Israel experienced in the south with the Hamas attack in October 2023. In October 2024, the Israeli army released documents and maps about the plan called Conquering the Galilee, stating that the threat involved Hezbollah military structures near the border. In the operation in Beirut, Israel claimed to have killed 3 Hezbollah militants, including the commander of Hadiwan. In the political report presented by Netanyahu, the offensive in the past month allegedly eliminated more than 200 Hezbollah terrorists who were acting against Israel, Israeli citizens, and Israeli soldiers. The report shows that the war in the north is not an isolated episode. It is a continuous campaign to strip Hezbollah of the ability to reorganize command structures, hide weapons, fire rockets, launch drones, and keep northern Israel under constant threat. The reaction inside Israel was immediate. The Israeli Defense Forces cancelled civilian events in the north due to the risk of retaliation from Hezbollah, and local authorities in Nahariya also suspended public activities. The expectation now is for a high alert, reinforced defenses, and new actions against cells that try to respond with rockets, drones, or explosives. In southern Lebanon, Hezbollah tries to project an image of resistance, but the structure behind it has depended on Iran for decades. The Rewards for Justice program itself, linked to the American government, describes Hezbollah as a Lebanese terrorist group that receives weapons, training, and funding from Iran. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard, in turn, was designated by the United States as a foreign terrorist organization in 2019, and that's where the point becomes more compelling. When Israel strikes Radio 1 in Beirut, it's not just taking down a local commander. It's cutting off one of the branches of the Iranian network that surrounds Israel through Gaza, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, and Yemen. The attack also puts pressure on Lebanese politics. The Lebanese government tries to talk about a ceasefire, negotiations, and state control of weapons. But Hezbollah continues to operate as a parallel force with its own arsenal, its own command, and a direct connection to Tehran. Reuters reported that Israeli and Lebanese representatives would have a new round of talks in Washington on May 14th and 15th. But the death of Balaut shows that Israel does not intend to wait for diplomatic meetings, while armed commandos remain active. For Netanyahu, negotiation cannot mean giving Hezbollah permission to reorganize. The reason for the offensive lies in the very dynamics of the border. Since March, Hezbollah has resumed attacking Israel with rockets, drones, and actions against troops in southern Lebanon. Israel responded by creating a control zone in southern Lebanon to prevent militants from hiding in civilian areas near the border and preparing new infiltrations. Israel's history in Lebanon helps to understand the current decision. In 1978, during Operation Litani, Israel entered southern Lebanon with the stated goal of destroying PLO bases south of the Litani River and restoring security to northern Israel. Later, in 2006, Hezbollah fired rockets at northern Israel, infiltrated fighters across the border, killed 8 Israeli soldiers, and kidnapped 2 others. The war that followed left a harsh lesson for the region. When Hezbollah believes it can attack Israel without paying a high price, the Israeli response tends to escalate. The difference now is that Israel says it is trying to prevent the threat from rebuilding before Hadiwan can turn invasion plans into real action. This kind of action is not unique to Israel. Other nations have also crossed borders to target terrorist leaders when they assessed there was a direct threat. In 2019, United States forces killed Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the leader of the Islamic State, in an operation in northwestern Syria. In 2022, the United States killed Ayman al-Zawahiri, the leader of Al-Qaeda, in Kabul, Afghanistan, the store of when a terrorist leader uses unstable territory, weak government, or political protection to continue planning attacks, the threatened nation tries to reach the command center before the next tragedy happens. Israel applies this same rule in Lebanon, with one decisive difference. The threat is right on its border, within an area where Hezbollah keeps weapons, tunnels, cells, and commanders connected to Iran. Now, the next move tends to be a mix of military alert and diplomatic pressure. Israel must maintain operations against Hadiwan structures in southern Lebanon, monitor possible Hezbollah responses in the north, and continue targeting cells in Gaza. When it identifies a risk against its troops or its population, Hezbollah, weakened by the loss of commanders, needs to decide whether to respond to save face or avoid a bigger escalation, which could pave the way for even deeper attacks. For Israel, the order announced by Netanyahu is clear. Any terrorist who threatens Israel's existence does not receive immunity for being in Beirut, Gaza, or any other hideout used as a command base. I am Milson Alves, an international affairs specialist, and my purpose is to keep you well informed with the truth every day. The news links are in the description. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and at the end, check out the comments so you can be even more engaged with the community. Milson Alves.